Hey y'all, it's your girl Alex, driving in the back roads of the Texas countryside and loving my beautiful home, right? And I just got another download that was just like leaning into that love vibration and setting aside our ego because, and then I got a download that was like, are you ready for what you're manifesting? People need to be prepared for what they're manifesting because we can go through the stuff all day long. We can start learning and doing all the things right and things start coming true. But if we're not in the proper mindset to make sure that we're able to take these grand manifestations and turning them into um, something big, right? Where we're able to follow along the path that we're supposed to be on and just engaging with that side of things and where we are able to fulfill that highest purpose, like it takes our ego death absolutely coming to pass. And so, where are we with that? Are we ready to manifest? And it was just something was like, all of these things talking about unity and everything else, because I was asking about, you know, when are we, because I'm chomping at the bit, y'all. I'm chomping at the bit. I want to be in that space of just like that highest like love vibration with just humanity. I'm chomping at the bit. I'm like, how do we get there? How soon? Talking to them, and they're like, we need to understand too that we need to go through that dark side of our shadow death or shadow work and have an ego death because without those things, we're not going to be able to ascend higher. So we've got to start putting in the work. If you're not putting it in, this is your call to action, right? Make sure you're putting in that work because we can do all the manifesting. We can do all the things, right? I mean, it's once you start learning the techniques, I mean, it really is just a technique of, I mean, everybody can do these techniques. That's all they really are. They're just skills and tools. And the thing is, when we are able to start doing that, it's going to happen. But the problem is it going to blow up in our face because we weren't ready for what we were manifesting? And I say this with love, and I challenge myself all the time. Like that is, I was laughing with my best friend, just like, talking about problem solving and things of that nature of things going on, human things. Everyone deals with human and, everything going on. And I was laughing because it was like, man, I've conditioned myself that if I have too high of a reaction to something, emotional reaction, I don't say anything. I take a deep breath and I shut my mouth for further evaluation of like what's going on in my body. Am I in pain? Am I taking it out because my pain is up? Or that's an emotional release right onto someone else? Am I being triggered? Is it relating to something that's happened traumatic in my life and is triggered that's coming out all of a sudden? What is the source of this high emotional response that is a rapid onset? Because I'm figuring out a lot of my stuff. I'm still not, my journey's far from over. I have so many things I still have to learn. But I'm doing all right. I feel like I'm doing pretty good in life right now. I'm not going to lie spiritually. But even when you're in that space, that doesn't exempt you from checking in with yourself or that your ego can't poke its ugly head up and try to like say, hey, what's up? That means we need to be aware enough to tell that bastard to sit the fuck down and he ain't in this. Like, you don't get to pop wherever. You need to have an awareness of what's going on within your bodies so that should your ego present itself, should it be something else, you're able to say, no, you're not welcome here. Only my higher thoughts, my higher being, my higher self is allowed to make decisions here. That honestly can be super hard to do because that means we have to stop. We have to take a deep breath and we need to approach this with a loving mindset. We need to approach this like that big brother, big sister, like kind of heart to heart, like true intense conversations because yeah, they can be scary, but that's okay if it's scary. I get scared all the time. I just did something I was terrified of because of a vision I had, and I had a download to go pull up to this person's house in the fucking country and ask about their house because it related to a design like that I was told to do, and I was scared as hell, but that's okay. It's totally okay to be scared because when you start tapping into spirit, you may not understand. I don't know why I did that. I don't know what meetings and things down the line that is going to present itself, because it's just that's the way things work, right? When you don't think about things in a linear fashion, you think of things on so many diverse outcomes of like what could be, where even if it's a negative situation or someone hurt you, you had repeated, deaths in the family or traumatic events or, whatever it is, there's always a lesson in this. And if we are not able to say, oh man, what can I learn from this? We are probably not in the best space to be manifesting, because we're probably not going to be ready for what we are. The techniques, all the things that we talk about here, y'all, this is some seriously powerful stuff. And when you really tap into it, you're going to make some shit happen. But my question is, are you ready for what you're manifesting? Are you ready for it to come to pass? Are you mentally ready to be able to handle this? Because if you're not, I'm not saying don't manifest. I'm not saying don't do the work. But you can start changing your intentions to making sure that you fully understand what you need to learn before you reach that CEO level of power within the company, or you're making that $50 million a year income, or whatever it is that's where you see yourself going. I got some really crazy big stuff too, and it's totally great because I know exactly what I was called to do, and I have no idea how I'm going to get there, but I know I'm going to get there, and I'm open to putting my ego aside if it means it's a lesson I need to learn. I just learned a really big lesson that I honestly didn't see coming until I started getting the warning signs, and then it's just all of the things fell in line, and it was a beautiful lesson that I needed to learn, and I'm eternally grateful for it, right? But my ego definitely it tried to rear its ugly head and try to like poke up and make trouble, and I had to tell it to sit the fuck down. It's not allowed here, and that's okay to have these experiences where it tries to, like, that is a human experience. That is what we are having, and it's totally okay, y'all, to have these things. It's not so much of the incident itself that is the activating event, but what are you doing after it presents itself? How are you coming on the other side of this? It's okay to say, ego, sit down. You don't get to have a place here. It's totally okay. But what are you going to do about it? Are you ready for what you're manifesting? Think about it. Let me know how you guys are doing. I want to know. Gray begging over all of these things that I was just in the past just trying to gain an understanding. How did I get here? Like, what are the things I missed? What do I need to learn to get to where where I'm supposed to get, right? What do I need to do? And just being open to shutting our ego down if it tries to show its head, and being open to the lessons, even if they don't feel good. What's the positive you can take from it? I love you guys.